There are 4 professional leagues in the English football system. The Premier League at the top, then the Championship, then League One, and at the bottom, League Two. The first team to be relegated from the top, the Premier League, down to the bottom, League Two, plays in this town here, Swindon, not Windon. And that's the whole point. 1991, Glenn Hoddle becomes Swindon Town manager. 1993, Swindon Town win promotion to the Premier League. The 90s promised to be as exciting for Swindon Town as they were for Oasis. But unfortunately, Glenn Hoddle decides to move to Chelsea, and Swindon Town say, maybe you're going to be the one that saves me, to assistant John Gorman. Except he didn't. Swindon are relegated straight away with just 5 wins, conceding a record-breaking 100 goals. That record stood until Sheffield United broke it in 2024, conceding 104 goals in a season. Damn, Sheffield United, that was our record. The club spent the next 12 years battling between the 2nd tier and the 3rd tier of English football, desperate to get away from these tiers, and they did. 2006, Italy win the World Cup. Swindon Town are relegated. At least they finally got out of the 2nd tier, 3rd tier battle they were in. 12 years after 1 season in the Premier League, Swindon Town dropped to the bottom tier of English professional football, the first club to do so. You'll never sing that. How is Swindon Town getting on now? Well, they're currently sat 22nd in the bottom tier of English professional football, and their fans have arranged a protest in their next match to force the current owners out. It's not well, but why? I'm on the hunt now for the protest, and I've been told it shouldn't be too hard to spot it. Just look for the orange hats. So I'm just going to follow. Imagine if there's just an orange hat convention in Swindon on the same day. Clem Morfooni.
I don't know what to say. What can I say about Clem Morfooni? Insincere, liar, false promises. When Clem Morfooni came, everyone here loved him, everyone was on board, he was the saviour. We'd had a terrible owner before. He was pulling pints in pubs. When you went to away games, you'd see him and you'd sing his name and everyone loved him. He started making some pretty questionable decisions, and since then it's just been like constantly... We had this amazing director of football in his first season who managed to, in 2 weeks, assemble a team that should have been promoted. It was a penalty kick away from getting to Wembley, and he got rid of him and he appointed this guy to do like a data-led kind of shitty version of Brighton Hove Albion's model. It was a guy who had never done that before at another club, so we recruited a lot of 22-year-olds, 21-year-olds. That was the average age of the signing, and they just weren't cut out for League Two, and it was a nightmare. So today, as you can see from the orange hat, the Clementine hat.
That's why it is. Oh,
yeah.
Wow, that is really good.
I didn't think of that. I can't claim that. It's about being noticeable. It's about in the ground. Everyone's wearing an orange hat. Hopefully, you know, a few more people join us, and in the ground it's going to be full of orange.
The club is not being managed the way that it should be managed. There's been all sorts of admin errors. Every fan just wants this club to do well. We'll all have our opinions, but at the end of the day, as you can see today, we've all come together for that one thing, and that one thing is for Clem Morfooni to leave this football club.
There is a lot of anxiety around this football club that mirrors some of the anxieties people have about Swindon Town and some of the neglects of other of its community assets like the Oasis Centre. Ultimately, I think there is still a huge amount of pride in Swindon, and that's what days like today are all about harnessing that pride and reminding ourselves of how many we are.
There's a rallying cry to get as many people in a photograph as possible to show just how many people want to spread this message.
Come and get in this photo if you're in an orange hat. Come on. Right. People on the shoulders. Let's get some people on shoulders.
I think we've come to realise in the English game that nobody will listen to you unless you make yourself heard, and that's exactly what Swindon Town supporters are doing today. Not only are they spreading the orange hats, they are spreading the word. The message is clear. They want Clem Morfuni out. Why do you think football clubs are so important to communities?
I think football clubs, they represent cities and towns and generations upon generations of families. Having routine and having things that make you get up and leave your house and see old friends and believe in something is so, so important. Swindon is an extremely proud community that doesn't want to lose touch with its history and all the things that make the town great.
Feels like fire. I'm so in love with you.
What's happening right now is one by one, somebody is stepping up to name their all-time favourite Swindon Town player. This is Mike. It appears that Mike is saying that he was there in 1969 when Swindon Town beat Arsenal. That is incredible. And any moment now, after Mike's told his story, he will shout Red Army and the fans will chant back.
Thank you so much for coming to tell us about 69. Give us a Red Army. Red Army!
I'm so in love with you. Purge the soul. Make love your goal. The power of love, a force from above.
I'll always be proud to be a Swindon Town fan during the highs and lows, whatever it may be, whatever the club's going to throw in my face next. I'll always back them and always follow them. It's just one of them at the moment. We just got to really dig deep and ride it out and just hope we can stay in the Football League for a start. I think it's a bit alarming the fact that a club of our size is currently dancing and flirting with the non-league.
Has Swindon Town ever been relegated out of the Football League?
No, never. I'm starting to make peace with it, to be honest. Like, in terms of that's a reality. I think before in League 2 it was like it's not possible to go down, like we're Swindon Town, and now we are where we are because we deserve to be there, and we are one of the worst teams in the Football League.
Don't get me wrong, like the thought of going into the Football League, we flirted with the non-league last year, and I won't lie, I genuinely lost sleep over the thought of it last year. If it does happen, then it's so be it. If it's a step that we got to take to get our football club back and have it going in the right direction, then that's what's got to be done.
Like, we got smashed in the FA Cup at home 7-4 by Aldershot last year, who didn't even make the playoffs in the National League, and so our level is probably below League 2 at this moment in time.
We're okay coming and seeing Swindon lose, that's absolutely fine, but to see us run with no sense of what we are, what we have been, how much this club means to the town and to families and to the young kids who are obviously going to lose hope in a ground and a club that isn't run with any sort of love and care at all. Today feels like day one.
Swindon Town are 2-0 up, but it appears you've got a 12th man. Because of the layout of the stadium and the two stands either side being quite low down, is that contributing to the wind?
Big time. It happens all the time at Swindon. It's been happening for years and years and years, because the wind always comes over the town end. Because the town end isn't very high, the wind easily comes over the top but then dips down to the pitch level. So down at the level of the pitch it speeds up, and so it's like impossible to take goal kicks against it.
I don't know who this wind fella is, but I want one. How much will he cost? If Clem Morfuni was to watch this video, what would your message to him be?
Please sell, mate. It's not fun for you, it's not fun for us. If you really love the club like you say you do, and there's no malevolent reason for you being here, Please just sell the club.
We can fall into oblivion and maybe not come back. We've seen the likes of Torquay United go out the league and they've never come back. As much as they've come close, they haven't come back. And I would hate to see that happen to us. We're far too big of a club and too successful of a club in recent years to have that happen to us, really.
The